All right, here we are in the home stretch, and actually everything so far has been information. Now we're actually getting to the installation. We've covered the steps, we've covered the tenants, but how's all this come together? What's with questions and scoring? And for our purposes here, I'm going to share the decision in the process of whether I was going to release Clear Purpose or simple six figures. Clear Purpose you obviously are experiencing, so you know it won. Simple Six Figures is a product that I had released a few years ago. It did extremely well in the marketplace, and it was basically if you wanted to make six figures online with a very, very simple subscription service, this was the answer. And it was based on one of my subscriptions that I had at the time that was ended up with, let me think, 3,300 and something members paying $10 a month, and they stayed an average of 18 months. So this was very good as far as, $33,000 every single month. And it took me personally about an hour for me to do a month, about an hour a month for me to do this. And I think the overhead was $300 in content, and ad spend was probably about $500 a month, to kind of give you an overview. But it was really simple and it was easy to do. So at some point I may still release that, but that's where we are. So when it comes to the questions, we want to make sure again that we're on this quest. And your worksheet's going to look like this on the left and have the scoring at the bottom. On the right, here's an example of what I did for energy for simple six figures, and it's my handwritten page. Again, I really believe you need to write these things down. It's very important to make sure that you are focusing on getting out of your head and getting onto the page. So let's walk through. Cause. Question. How will I advocate, defend, and stand up for this idea? So with Clear Purpose, I said, I believe all creatives or entrepreneurs should be able to make quick and accurate decisions about ideas that they bring to market. I believe in that. It's an 8. Now for me, an 8's pretty high. 10 is almost impossible, but an 8 is really worth moving ahead with. Simple six figures, I believe anybody with experience, education, expertise can leverage this for recurring revenue, resulting in a minimum of six figures. I really believe that. Now I put it at a 7. It's a little below an 8. Because I think there's some other equally good routes that people could go. Well, actually, that's incorrect. I don't think they're equally good, but some good routes. I think the other routes are actually super complicated. But anyway, there I am on the 7 for cause, and I do believe I could stand up and defend this. Next, love. What would you say you love most about this idea? And there's 2 questions. That's why the scoring's not on this page. I love knowing that people gain clarity on direction when it comes to their ideas or even their life. In that fact, it's so easy to get trapped. It's easy to get stuck. And I feel like this is a great release mechanism. Simple 6. I love that it takes so much guesswork out of the way when it comes to making money online. It's very precise with very few moving parts. I love that about it. It's about as simple as it gets. Second question is, what evidence proves that it's true? Well, it's worked for me and it's worked for my friends who I shared it with. So I gave it a 9. I really believe in this process. Simple six figures, I gave a 7. It's a formal release and it helped thousands of online entrepreneurs launch their Simple Six businesses. But the challenge is, even though I love it and there's evidence because I actually produced it, I don't have ongoing evidence at this point. Like I've let it go. I'd have to bring it back. Energy. Looking into the future, all these ideas later. How do you feel about this one? This is the only place I gave it a 10. But I feel very energetic about it. I'm very excited about it. Simple 6. It was about a 6. I look back and feel proud. But it's not still a passion. And even in the future, it's probably not going to be a passion. I've never sat around going, you know what I'm going to spend my life? Helping people with subscriptions. Do I think I could do that? Yes. Do I believe I could do that? Yes. Do I have the knowledge and the wherewithal to do that? Yes. Do I have the energy to do that? I don't think so. I don't think so. And again, when gauging your energy, those of you who are hyper positive, you might dial it back a little bit, he says, as he gave this a 10. And on the opposite side, those of you who are negative, ratchet it up a little bit. But also know yourself, right? Know yourself, because The positives, a 40 out of 50 may end up being where you need to be. And the negatives, a 30 out of 50 may be a really great score for you because you're so negative about everything. Aptitude. Why would you hire yourself before anyone else for this idea? I really believe we ought to be able to write a page out for that. Here's my very simplified answer. I'd hire me because of simplicity. A lot of find your purpose resources require reading big books and weeks of investment, or maybe you got to go on a retreat. I don't know. But I think this is simple, so I'm giving it a 9. Simple six figures, I'd hire me because I've used the model several times. It has 2 components that other recurring and subscription methods don't. I love that. I'm very clear on those 2 components. So I gave it a 10. I think my skill set in this arena is a 10. Now, that's not just comparing me to everybody. I'm just thinking about my own aptitude to deliver this result. It's not comparison based. It's evidence based on skill set. I would absolutely hire myself to come up with a simple 6-figure idea. In fact, I've given away a ton of these through the years when I was doing simple 6 figures, as people would say, what would that look like for me? Well, here's your skill set. Here's how that would look. Then on the clear purpose side, I obviously would hire myself because of the simplicity. The return, what can I expect to come my client's way and my way as a result to bring this to the world? Well, clear purpose, they're going to receive a clear process that they can rely on time and again. I know I'd make an impact and possibly money. Even though I know this sounds weird, I have no specific monetization plan for this. I just wanted to release it. It was more about making a positive difference than anything else. So that's pretty awesome. Now, if somebody decides I'm going to set up a clarity call and want to pay for that, that's fine too. But there is zero push for that. So that's why I love this too. It's another reason, going back to the love reason, is I don't feel any tension that this was created because I had to have money. See, the have to have money, that clouds me every time. So I try to eliminate that piece. Simple 6 figures, clients would learn and apply a low maintenance subscription program with a tiny churn rate. I would help a lot of solopreneurs and create subscription income. That's right. I would make money off simple 6 figures. So I gave it an 8. Pretty excited about the return on all levels with that one. So the scoring, Clear Purpose scored a 45 out of 50. That's super high for anything that I pursued. Simple 6 figures, 37 out of 50, which is a really great average score for me. If I'm in that 40 range, I'm really tempted to move forward with it anyway. But because I was doing the comparison between Clear Purpose and simple 6 figures, then it was easy for me to make the decision. Now you've got the worksheets to work through. I'm going to do a quick video on the spreadsheet for you, and it's simple to use too. The spreadsheet, I probably just use it when I didn't want to write everything out. I was just trying to make a super quick scoring decision, but you'll see that in the next video. But there you have it, the overall concept and direction and process of Clear Purpose. We've covered the steps, we've covered the tenets, and we've covered the questions and the scoring.